Welcome to another episode of your Kentuckiana Home. This week you're going to see one of the hottest neighborhoods in southeast Louisville, Little Spring Farms.
Welcome to your Kentuckiana Home, presented by Commonwealth Bank and Trust. Join us as we take an in-depth and entertaining look at the local housing market.
Little Spring Farms is one of the hottest neighborhoods in southeast Louisville.
You know, I think it's the amenities is one of the biggest reasons. You know, we're conveniently located outside the Gene Snyder, about 3.5 miles off Bardstown Road. And this is just one of the nicest subdivisions out here. It's got a beautiful pool, half an Olympic pool, kids waiting pool, 2 tennis courts, beautiful clubhouse, walking paths. The whole subdivision is surrounded by trees. We sit up here on top of a stone bluff that's at the base of Floyd's Fork Park. It's just a fantastic subdivision.
It sounds like it. I love all the amenities that are in this neighborhood. What are the price ranges for families that want to move here?
Yeah, so it's going to surprise you when I tell you, you can buy in here in the mid to upper 2s, all the way probably to 500,000, anywhere in that range that you want to be. And you know, in our partnership with Ken Thieneman Builder, we really have a lot of diversity in price range. You can build almost any size or style of house you want.
Especially with the low 200s and going up, you would think that a neighborhood like this would be a lot more than that.
Yeah, so again, yeah, from those mid 200s is still a great price.
That's good. Well, if you're interested in Little Spring Farms, which is one of the hottest neighborhoods right now in southeast Jefferson County, be sure to give Dave Parks a call. The contact information is on your screen. Hi, we're with Ken Thieneman with Ken Thieneman Builders. Ken, we're in front of your beautiful house right now. How far is this from being done?
We're right at 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from tomorrow, we should be closing this house. We started about 5 months ago. Finished in pretty good time, but we're going to be scrambling here to get everything done in the next 2 weeks, but we're going to make it.
That's how it always ends, right?
Well,
it's a wait and a scramble toward the end.
That's right. That's right. But we're going to get there.
So the family will be in here before the summer's over, and you have quite a few homes that you built in Little Spring Farms.
Well, we sold 2 houses right away. Started a 3rd one last week. We're excited about Little Spring Farm.
You're busy here.
We're real busy here. I wish I had another 10 lots.
Well, what makes so many people want to use Ken Thieneman Builders? What makes you so special?
Well, I'd like to think we're special. We take good care of our buyers. I think they really want to build with us because we custom build. We don't just have a set number of floor plans that we build. We actually custom build these houses. This was totally custom from day one with this guy right here. We started with a pencil and paper, drew a floor plan, drew it up, and built it. And it's nice to be able to start from scratch with nothing and build what you want, and that's what we do.
And so this particular home started from scratch, but if someone has their dream floor plan in mind, and you can build that as well.
Absolutely. That's what's most exciting about building, is bringing their plan and their future into play and bring it to life. We love doing that.
Well, that's good. That's good. So what other neighborhoods do you build in?
We have lots in other places, right up Bardstown Road, and quite a few lots in the southwest part of the county. Lots of options.
And if someone wanted to build with Ken Thieneman Builders, what is the process that they need to go through?
They can actually contact my team with Berkshire Hathaway. Or sometimes they contact me directly, and we just go from day one.
Well, so building a house can seem very overwhelming. So first they contact you, and then they choose their design, what they would like to choose, and then they get financing, and you just move forward and you guide them through the process so it's not so overwhelming.
But that's one of the nice things about building with me is I'm really accessible. Even if the realtor is the actual selling person, I'm on site all the time. I work hand in hand with the buyer and the realtor all the time. And a lot of times you get with a large company and you don't ever get to see your builder. You're just seeing a superintendent. My buyers get to see me and know I'm going to take care of them, and that goes a long way in the sales process. People really appreciate that.
All right, sounds good. Well, if you would like a custom-built quality home from Ken Thieneman, give him a call with the contact information on your screen.
This week I want to show you how to kind of seal up some cracks and things around your perimeter of your house and maybe on the inside. If you walk through your house, you feel that draft. It's because you got some air going out, and according to, I believe, LG&E's last rating was that between 30 to 50% of our heating and air goes out through these cracks. And one guy that I was watching, he said that the number of cracks in the average home is like having a 3-foot square space in the side of your wall. So let's plug them up and keep our money inside our house. It may be on the outside where your faucet is. It may be just chipped away like this. We're going to show you how to fill that up with great stuff. It might be where your pipes are coming in. Your air conditioning could be coming in from the outside. We're going to fill around that. If you got a basement, it might be where your header actually sits on the block and then your floor attaches. You could be losing it in there. One thing I want to make sure that we cover, if you do have a crawl space, we want to make sure that you get some 6 mil clear plastic down underneath that as a vapor barrier. We want to be sure that we get that done, and you can get it at just about any length you want. This is 250 square feet. This is, I believe, a 100-foot roll, about 20 feet, so you can get it in any length that you need, but get that crawl space sealed up so that moisture is not coming up through there. Also, another thing that I noticed that a lot of people that work with me, I've showed them, if you look on your air conditioner, you'll find a pipe that looks like this going in, and it'll have something kind of like this, but it's probably old, dry rotted, and half off. You need to insulate. This is your coolant line, and it's as easy, when we sell these, it's as easy as opening this up, and you have 2 strips. You just peel them strips off, and they'll stick right back together. Put that around your insulation line, seal it together, and it'll keep it in sealed. Keep it from having that sweat and losing your heat and making it work harder. You need to check this about every 2 or 3 years. Just plain weather is going to cause it to dry rot and the weed eaters hit it, animals picking at it, but you need to keep your lines covered up all the way to your house. Now I'm going to show you here how to seal up some of this great stuff. You see 2 products here, and one thing I want you to know, this is windows and doors. This is the regular. Do not use the regular on windows or doors. Because of the expansion, it'll push them out of square. You won't be able to open them. This one don't have the same expansion rate as the other, and this way you could use it around the windows and doors. It's a little bit softer, still seals, but it's not going to be as tight as what the regular great stuff is. It's real simple. You pop your top off. This just threads right on real easy. It's real light. Turn like this, and normally what I tell people is to take your test strip so you can see what it does, know your control. You can run it like this. Then you go outside to that pipe, and you want to fill up the entire hole. Now, I've done it extra like that so that you can see once that dries, then you can just take your knife and just trim it up, make it real neat. Go over to your water faucet, where that may be, and just fill that entire space. That's all sealed up. Where your floor joist may meet, run it right down and fill it up. That way everything will be sealed airtight and you'll be good to go for the rest of the winter. I want to go over something that is really sometimes overwhelming. It was for me, and I see a lot of our customers come in. When you look at this lighting out, all of these light bulbs, all the different kinds, types. You have incandescent, you have the fluorescent, you have the LED, the different kinds of light. You have soft white, warm white, bright white, daylight. What does all of this mean and how does it come out? Well, we have this here to show you. This is the exact same colors in each one of these squares. And as you look at this, this is going to show you what that brand of light, warm white, is going to give you this kind of light in the area, whereas the daylight's going to give you more of a crisper outside looking light whenever you put it in. So you can look at this and kind of determine what kind of light you want in that aspect. Now the other thing that comes into mind that, I'll give you an example. Here's a personal example. My wife, she puts her makeup on in our bathroom, and we had the 3-light fixture, and it was a 40-watt fixture. Well, she only had 120 watts of light and couldn't see to put her makeup on and to do all the stuff that women do in the bathroom. So I got to looking, and I look at these, and I can bring a 75-watt LED daylight white bulb in there, and if you look, it only is burning 13 actual watts. It's a comparison to 75, but it's only burning 13 actual watts, so we're still under what we need. So now she's got 3 75-watt bulbs, which gives her 225 watts of lighting in the bathroom. She can see everything she needs, and we're still burning less as if we had the old incandescent bulb in there, which was pulling the full 120 watts. So we're not even over 50 watts here, and she's got 3 times the light that she had to start with. So yeah, they're a little more pricey, but what I tell folks, Get the light bulb. You can have a brighter light. It's going to last you 20 years. And if you move, take your light bulbs with you. Get you some incandescents to screw into fixtures when you leave. Take these with you. This is a home investment. A little pricey, but you're going to get more life out of it. And again, you can choose what kind of light you have. Always look at the color spectrum and know what light you're looking for. That way you won't be walking away with your room being darker. The fluorescents, one thing to keep in mind, a lot of them, they take time once you turn them on to warm up. Myself, I like my light to be on when I get in there. When I go in my study, I'm going to study, flip it on, I'm ready for the brightness. And again, using the LEDs, I'm able to do this. And they're really, when you put penny for penny on the life of them and the extension of the power that they save you, they're really a much better purchase, a lot more reasonable, and to save you some money.
Ellen, those were some great houses. Thank you so much for taking me around to show them to me.
Oh, my pleasure. And let's just review them for just a bit here.
I'd like to, yeah.
The first one we saw was a great location. I think it needed too many updates.
I'm not sure we're wanting to get back into update land again.
No, I understand. The second one that we saw had a bunch of updates, but I think the basement was too small for what you really wanted to do.
And that was really disappointing because it was right around the corner.
Right, that was a great location for you. The third one that we looked at, everything was terrific on the inside. I think the backyard was a little bit smaller than you had hoped for.
It was a little small and it wasn't fenced. I was kind of disappointed.
Right, well, and I understand. The other one that we saw right after that had everything as well, but I'm not sure that the placement of the kitchen was in a great place for you. It didn't overlook the backyard, and that would be hard to watch the kids playing outside.
It had an odd layout, and the master bathroom wasn't quite where I wanted it to be.
No, I understand that. I think we nailed it down to this last one that we saw, the newer home.
It was gorgeous. It fit almost everything what we needed, except for the location. It was just a little too far out there.
Well, that's good to know, and now I know what you're looking for, so it will be easier for me to find something for you. So let me spend a little bit more time looking for a location that's better for you, now that I know exactly what you're looking for. And if I come up with anything, I will call you and see if I can get you to move.
I look forward to your call.
I'll be making it.
Stay connected with Your Kentuckiana Home through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Martha, I'm so glad you're back. I'm excited to see what you've got for us.
And I'm excited to show it to you. First of all, we had Terry, who is our designer, draw up your basement as it exists. And that's how we always start, is showing you how it is now and how it's going to be.
Great.
So here is a drawing of your existing basement. And then here is a drawing of what we plan to have it look like when it's completed.
I see the walls are gone.
The walls are gone, it's open. We have an area over here for you to watch TV and maybe have some surround sound.
Oh, that's great.
And then over here is an exercise area and maybe a little reading nook for your daughter.
Oh, great. Now, is this enough space? I'm kind of worried, about what the furniture is going to look like in the space.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I've done a 3D image and I've dropped in the furniture that you had thought about putting in the basement.
Oh, let's check it out.
So here is the sectional, and it fits perfectly.
Oh, it is nice.
This is the eucalyptus wood that I had shown you in our last meeting. Thought about using some rich but cool and warm tones in the space.
So this is the color palette you picked out.
Yes, what do you think?
I like it. It's gray, but yet it's warm.
Back here we've done a reading nook and an exercise area. Tell me what you think.
I really like this plan, Martha. I'm excited.
What do you think about the colors?
I wasn't sure at first, but seeing it, I think I might like it.
My plan is to have the darker gray, as I said, on this wall and maybe this reading nook area. Then a lighter gray on the walls. Then on the ceiling, do the same color, but just in a 50%. So it's a little bit lighter, but it's the same shade. And then all the trim, yet another little bit lighter shade of gray. And then matching that with maybe a barn door, reclaimed wood, and wooden cabinets. I just think that that's your style.
I think so too.
Well, I'm excited to get to work on it.
All right. Donna, thank you so much for meeting me in my home. I appreciate you making the trip.
Not a problem, Devin. What can I assist you with?
Well, I'm improving my basement, and the project is getting to be kind of large, and so I'm thinking maybe a home equity loan. If the project gets too big, we just might want to move. So I'd like to get pre-qualified for a new home.
Well, at Commonwealth Bank and Trust, we have all kinds of options we can offer you, and it's very easy to get pre-qualified for whatever you decide to do.
Fantastic. I appreciate being able to work with a locally owned business. Do you happen to have the paperwork here?
I do. I'm happy to help you with either.
Great.
So I brought some information with me to go over, and as always, free pre-qualifications.
Well, great. Let's take a look.
Your Kentuckiana Home is proud to be partnering with Commonwealth Bank and Trust to bring you this great program. Let CB&T guide you in the purchase of your new home or refinance your existing home. Call 259-2300 for details.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Your Kentuckiana Home. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Thank you for watching Your Kentuckiana Home, presented by Commonwealth Bank and Trust. Be sure to join us next week for more of Your Kentuckiana Home.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Greenwell. Welcome to Your Kentuckiana Home. We have lots in store for you today, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Your Kentuckiana Home, presented by Commonwealth Bank and Trust. Join us as we take an in-depth and entertaining look at the local housing market.
Designs, and Lisa, we're in one of your clients, Paulette, and this home is absolutely amazing how you pulled everything together, and it's a little bit of old and new. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I met Paulette from church. We're very good friends, and I helped her with her previous home that needed to be sold. It had been on the market for about a year. Came in, did some updates to the home, and did some staging, and the home sold immediately. So she wanted to bring a lot of those beautiful things from the other home that she lived in here, but she also wanted a fresh start. She wanted some new ideas, some new pops of color, and to also bring in some just kind of more of an eclectic feel. So it was great working with her because she has some beautiful old antiques, some treasured pieces that have been in her family for years, but yet we came in, we added some pops of color, a little bit of a contemporary flair, added in some unique pieces to really bring it all together.
I love the stories behind some of the things that you guys have done here, like the balance that reminded her of her mother, that you guys changed just a little bit, but she still has that memory of when she looks at it. I'm thinking about her mom and the kitchen table, or the dining room table rather, that was the dining room table that she got when she first got married, and you guys changed it around. So it's a little bit different, but she still has all those memories close to her.
That's right. And what's so unique is that table is just so classic and beautiful. And she always had 5 chairs. She never had a 6th chair. So what we decided to do is come in and do a fun, bold fabric chair at the head of the table, brighten it up with a cool rug underneath, and it just really brought that old table into the new.
Well, you guys did a really good job here, and you've really got her taste. And you know, one of the neat things, this is the second client that we've met so far, and these clients aren't just clients to you, they're your friends.
You know, it's amazing how many of my clients, if I didn't know them before, become friends. It's just a very intimate situation when you're working in someone's home. It's something where you really have to get to know them. If you don't know them, you're not going to design well for them. So it's a bond, and these bonds last over the years, and we do people's homes, and years later we come back and we do more for them, you know, because everyone likes a fresh update every 3 to 5 years. So we keep doing new things, and it's a lasting relationship.
And a fresh update doesn't mean redoing everything.
Oh no, but it's so great to add something. Even Paulette is now ready for another phase in this home. She wants a new rug in her great room and a new sofa. Those were existing pieces that she kept for a while, but now we're going to update those as well. But also, you know, a room with a new fresh coat of paint, a little bit of wallpaper, some new floral arrangements, little things that just really brighten up the home and make it feel special again.
I'm here at Darla with Lisa Lynn Designs, and we are in Paulette's master bedroom, and you pretty much put this entire home together yourself, right? With Paulette's guidance, of course.
Yes, and Lisa was a big part of this as well. The master, I kind of, you know, transitioned just doing it myself. You know, we added lots of new things, but you'll see a lot of existing already furniture, but we added quite a few little touches here and there in this room.
One of the things that I like most about when I was learning about the design of this home is that this was a complete straight balance, and she wanted to keep it because her mother is a quilter, or was a quilter, and this reminded her of her mom. So it was really important that she kept it, but she wanted to spice it up a little bit, and you guys were able to do that for her.
Yes. You know, Paulette called and wanted, you know, just a transformation of her balance. So what we did is we picked a style and just added a few little touches. You know, we added the beading to add just that little fun flair that Paulette, you'll see, has throughout her house. You know, we added the cute little button just to add a little more pop to it and more fun, and the panels, which adds that blue that you'll see is in her rug and her bedding. So yeah.
I love how this is one of the focal points of the room, but it also flows through everything. The rug is absolutely gorgeous. Yes. It has the same blue colors in it. This bench, you were telling me, was custom made?
Correct.
And then you didn't really custom ordered, but you added the same color pillow.
Yes. Actually, the woman who did the treatments added a pop of color with the pillow. So the pillow is actually custom as well. But you can see that the existing pillows match the treatment. So, you know, we wanted to add that little blush pink tone up there as well. But the rug is just gorgeous. It brings all the colors together as a rug should.
client, Paulette. Paulette, I love your home, and I've enjoyed hearing the stories about how you've designed everything. And you were just telling me that this entire house was designed around this one color Caribbean holiday.
Yes, I wanted something that would stand out, particularly in the dining room, and I saw this color and some paint swatches and said, that's it. So we took that color and sort of ran with it.
And so some of the things that you ran with was this beautiful fabric right here that you used for your window treatments.
Yes, I did. And I used that, and then we have the rug design and a chair design here, and Lisa was able to put it all together. I know what color I like, but not exactly how to put it all together. And I think that's one of the things that I found with the designer that they really help you with. They're able to help you kind of see different textures, different ways you can put things together that I certainly wouldn't do by myself.
Well, she designed it all beautifully.
Yes, she did. It worked very well. It's very homey. I've always had a very welcoming home, and I wanted to continue that here, and I think I have. And I think with her help, people feel comfortable when they come in sitting down, wherever they're sitting, and feel that it's inviting and that they can enjoy it.
We've certainly felt very invited here, and we thank you for inviting us out and letting us see your home. And before we go, I want to find out what's your favorite piece here that Lisa designed.
I like the window treatments. I think they see them every day, and I can look at them all the time. So they're one of my favorite things. And I also like the chair that she designed for my dining room.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll be back with more Your Kentuckiana Home. Terry's up next with more do-it-yourself tips.
This week here, what we want to do is kind of take a look at something that a lot of folks are looking for, and we walk into the aisle to get us a ladder, and it's just overwhelming with all the models, all the different kinds, the lengths, the heights, the types. We go from type 1A to type 1 to type 2 to type 3. They got weight ratings on them, and you see all that. It's a little bit overwhelming, and you really don't know what to get. Why not have just one 8-foot ladder, one 10-foot ladder, one 12-foot ladder? Well, there's specific reasons, and we want to go over that with you a little bit. But we do have a product that I wanted to get you to take a look at, is these newer ones. If you remember, the old step ladders for the house were really narrow and rickety, and so now we have these ones that's got wide steps, and it used to say, don't step on the top step, not a step. Well, they're heavy duty. You're able to go up and down them, a lot more stable and a lot better for homeowners. Folks, your average person, 5 foot, 6 inches. This is going to give you a reach of about 7 foot. The way that you want to measure your ladder is what your maximum reach is. You're going to be about a foot or two over that to what the ladder is. So when we're on a 6-foot ladder, we're going to reach 8 foot. When we're on an 8-foot ladder, we're going to reach 10. Now, as we go into the ladders, if you look here, what we have is we've got an aluminum and a fiberglass. If you see, both of those are the 250-pound Type 1 heavy-duty rating. That's just a choice of whether you want aluminum or fiberglass. Personally, I like fiberglass. If it ever touches anything electric, it's not going to send the electricity through. But then we have this one here, which is an A1, and the rating is 300 pounds. Now, you may look at your step ladder and say, well, I weigh less than 250. But you got to think, what are you going to be carrying with you? Add that weight to it. Say you're shingling your shed and you need to carry the shingles up on top of your shed, pitch them up there. What's the shingle weight plus your weight, and you're stepping on this? We also have a full line of extension ladders, and one thing that they have is this is a ladder stabilizer, and it goes across your top rungs to base over windows. It gives it a little wider span so that if you get on one side or the other, it don't slide as much. They also have, I call them feet, they call them covers, goes over the end of it, so when you lean it on your house, if you've got siding instead of brick, it's not going to scratch it up. So you be sure you pick these up whenever you get your ladder. That way you won't be scratching up your siding, and it'll make you a little more stable when you're doing your work. And one that we're going to show you is this one right here in just a little bit. It's got the legs that adjust, as we see right here. If you're on a hill or on stairs, working inside, changing light bulbs, you just pull that leg up, you get it stabilized, get your ladder level, and if you can see in the picture here, that you can adjust any kind of grade that you have. So that's what you want to look for when you're trying to get you a ladder and know what you're looking for. This week I want to kind of go over some insulating tips. Best time apparently to do insulation is in the winter when it's a little bit cooler. It's a hot job because whatever area you're working in is usually hot and stuffy, but for me, I find the best time for me to do something is when I have time to do it. So you may have to work this in at any time you're on vacation. Insulation is really simple, kind of easy rule of thumbs, and we'll show you a table, show you exactly what we have. But R13 is what we're going to put in most 2x4 spaces. 2x6 spaces would be like R19, and the R value is the thickness, the retention rate to hold your heat in or your air conditioning, whichever you're trying to accomplish. Now, one thing I want to make sure I get this into you. A lot of folks think that in some of the blown-in insulation that we can just keep blowing it in and getting it taller and taller. Not all of it's rated. You want to make sure on your package that it'll say like R6 to R28. Those can be stacked up, but the others are going to compress, and as it compresses, you're going to lose your R factor. So if we take a R19, which is rated for a 2x6, and we push it into a 2x4 wall, you've taken your R19 rating down lower because you've compressed all the insulating value. So we want to make sure that we get this correct when we do this. You can get it in batch that's cut for a wall, or you can get a continuous roll, and the only thing you'll need, you need a mask to keep the insulation from getting in your nose and in your lungs, some eye protection. You want to use your eye protection so the fiberglass don't get in your eyes. a simple utility knife to cut the lengths that you need. And again, you just roll it out, cut the lengths you need, just kind of let the friction of the insulation hold it in between the studs. And you also have this small all-purpose roll. You can put that around windows, doors, any holes that you have, wiring that may come out, and we're going to do a segment on using the great stuff insulation for those places. This is just loose insulation that you can tuck in little holes. You can do that around your light fixtures, your plugs in your house. Take your plug cover off, kind of put some insulation in there, keep that draft from coming back on you. So in this is a simplistic way. I believe LG&E's last rating was that we lose 30 to 50% of our energy through open spaces within our house. And we'll, like I said, we'll cover that on another one, but you want to get your insulation in on your floor, you want to get the insulation in on your ceiling and in your walls.
connected with Your Kentuckiana Home through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're in Devin Finney's basement. Martha, you guys have done a lot of work here. The last time we were here, this was a pile of rocks and there was a fireplace.
Well, as you can see, the rocks are gone and we've gotten to work on the project.
And Martha, Ellen seems very confident that she can get him to move.
I'm pretty confident that I can get him to improve. I think I've got his style down pretty good, and I'm getting ready to show him some 3D renderings of my ideas.
Now, you guys have done a lot of construction so far, and before we move on, I have to tell everybody that Devin's little boy is upstairs, and it kind of sounds like he's doing a demo of his own.
Well, and this is why we really need to get this basement done well, so that Nick has a place to play.
And what are the selections that you guys need to make today?
Well, he wanted a design that was very sleek and modern, but he also likes a little bit of rustic. So we're going to be looking at paint colors. We're going to be looking at some tile or rock to go around where the fireplace used to be, kind of imitate the fireplace without being a fireplace, an entertainment center, and then a little reading nook for his daughter and a play area.
Hey, well, I think we're going to hang around and watch you guys go over that, aren't we?
We are. I'm excited to see his reaction.
Martha, I'm so glad you're back. I'm excited to see what you've got for us.
And I'm excited to show it to you. First of all, we had Terry, who is our designer, draw up your basement as it exists. And that's how we always start, is showing you how it is now and how it's going to be.
Great.
So here is a drawing of your existing basement. And then here is a drawing of what we plan to have it look like when it's completed.
I see the walls are gone.
The walls are gone, it's open. We have an area over here for you to watch TV and maybe have some surround sound.
Oh, that is great.
And then over here is an exercise area and maybe a little reading nook for your daughter.
Oh, great. Now, is this enough space? I'm kind of worried, about what the furniture is going to look like in the space.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I've done a 3D image and I've dropped in the furniture that you had thought about putting in the basement.
Oh, let's check it out.
So here is the sectional, and it fits perfectly.
Oh, that is nice.
This is the eucalyptus wood that I had shown you in our last meeting. Thought about using some rich but cool and warm tones in the space.
So this is the color palette you picked out?
Yes, what do you think?
I like it. It's gray, but yet it's warm.
Back here we've done a reading nook and an exercise area. Tell me what you think.
I really like this plan, Martha. I'm excited.
What do you think about the colors?
I wasn't sure at first, but seeing it, I think I might like it.
My plan is to have the darker gray, as I said, on this wall and maybe this reading nook area. Then a lighter gray on the walls. Then on the ceiling, do the same color, but just in a 50%. So it's a little bit lighter, but it's the same shade. And then all the trim, yet another little bit lighter shade of gray. And then matching that with maybe a barn door, reclaimed wood, and wooden cabinets. I just think that that's your style.
I think so too.
Well, I'm excited to get to work on it.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Your Kentuckiana Home. If there's something that you missed in the show or you would like to see the show again, be sure to go to YouTube and search for Your Kentuckiana Home, and you'll find all the episodes there. Tune in next week for more.
Thank you for watching Your Kentuckiana Home, presented by Commonwealth Bank and Trust. Be sure to join us next week for more of Your Kentuckiana Home.